Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am almost up to the armhole on the sleeves on this little rosebud cardigan. This will be finished. When I finish this one, I'm just doing whatever I want. Well, this is what I want as well. It was something I started a little while ago actually, and because of the orders I had and that, I just put it down and never got started again on it until I had the time. But I was asked for it for someone anyway, so it's still like an order. So I haven't got much more of this to do, and then I'll be starting off. I'll do some more of my little ones. All the little ones I've done, I'm going to start, they were all 16 inches, I'm going to start doing the larger sizes, and that's so I can work out the patterns for them. But this one, I have this one instructions. I'm going to put 22, 24, 26, 28 and then knit a 30, and I'll have all that into one pattern. And then any I do after that for this pattern will be to start from the 32, which are more or less adults. I'll do some adult sizes in them. But I'll finish this row and then put my knitting down for a few minutes. Only a couple more stitches to do, and only got a few more rows to do, and I'll be up to the armholes. I'm almost up to the last increase on this one anyway. I'll put that down there. And I finished my little pouch that I made for to put my crochet hooks in. I've got one of my hairs, I've stitched one of my hairs in there as well. Anybody gets anything off me with mine, it has to be from the roots. You probably have a lot of my hair and things, because I can't even see it when it comes out, and I knit a lot of hair. Sometimes when I'm knitting, even with my own things, I'm knitting away and I can feel it, but I cannot see it, and usually I keep pulling it out to get it out. But anyway, it's got all my hooks in, and I've left that one in the little holder because they are cable needles. So make it easier to find those, because everything else in here is just hooks. Take them all out and let you see inside. Then all my hooks are all these type. I think I've dropped one on the floor. Oh yeah, there is one of those really thin ones. That's a 1.75 millimeter. I've got some even thinner ones than that. Hadn't forgot what I actually had. It's a 1 millimeter. I'm sure I have one like a sewing needle. It's less than 1 millimeter. Yes, I have. That is a 0.60 millimeter. It's very thin, that one. So that's all my hooks, and that bag is big enough for the hooks I have, because all mine are, as you can see, they're all the straight ones like that, and different coloured ones. Not the only kind I use. People seem to go on about the those kind with the thicker handles and everything, the ergonomic and all that. I have tried them and they never made a blind bit of difference to me. Maybe it's the way I crochet, I don't know, because a lot of other people swear by them and they think they're great and that, but they never made any difference whatsoever to me. So I just stick with my own. I gave them away to my friend. Actually, I don't think she crochets anyway, but I gave them away to her. But as you can see, I've got a little bit of this material here. This is donuts. These are donuts. This is some of what Liz sent to me a little while ago. So I put a little bit of that one inside. But I did this one a little bit different to I did the other ones I've been doing. The other ones, I usually crochet the bag first, and then I get a bit of the material and I cut it to size, you know, and leave a little bit for sewing down the side. And I usually sew across the do a seam along the bottom because I put the zip into the material. And I thought, well, it's easier if I can just fold the material in half. I won't have to put a seam across the bottom in the bottom of the bag. But to do that, I wouldn't be able to put the zip in unless it was a very deep one. And this being a shorter one, I thought, you know, surely there's an easier way. So what I did with this one is I crocheted the bag, and then I put the zip into the crocheted bag, and I used what yarn. I left a long length of yarn after I finished it off and just stitched all the way around, stitched the zip on, and then I put that down on the material like this, and I cut the shape out what I wanted, but left it folded, you know, folded, so there was no seam across the bottom, and left about a 1/2 inch on either side, and the seam up on the top for folding down onto the zip. So that's what I did, and then I just put it inside. I stitched up the sides, put it inside the bag, and then pinned it all down, and then just hand stitched around the, not perfect, my stitching's not great, it's just enough to hold the thing in. But if I was doing them, you know, this is just for myself, if I was doing them for anybody else, I'd make a much neater job of that. That's me. But it's a nice little size, and it holds all my hooks, no trouble at all. But the only problem I had was I had some zips from Kate from the last homely house. She gave me some smaller ones, like some 7-inch, but well, more like 8-inch, I think they were. They were just a little bit too big for here. They come about that far past. Now, well, that's no good. Then she gave me these ones, which you can cut to size. You would have to stitch over the teeth part to stop it opening up. But there was only one thing. I never thought about it until I was actually trying it. But the teeth are on the opposite side. That's how you open it up from there. But the teeth are on the other side, and that's what you want on the these little bags. You want the teeth shown there. I've dropped that on the floor as well. So I thought, well, they are no good. And then I thought to myself, they must be for dresses. You know, when you have dresses and you want the zip hidden. You know, you'd put it in and you'd just sew the thing in. You wouldn't see the teeth. I think that's what they are for. So they are no good for my pouches. I'd have to keep them for other things. So I was back to the little, I'm not sure exactly what, because this bag measures just over 7 inches. So it must be about an 8-inch zip. So I had to cut a little bit off and then sew over where the teeth met at the bottom, so that it didn't come apart. And that's what I did with the zip, and then pinned it in and stitched it all in. So that's handy now. So I put all my hooks back in. Dropped half of them on the floor now. But at least I'll be able to find what I want without any trouble. I'll pick them ones up off the floor. Oh, that's hooked into the carpet, that one. And a little cable needles. And there's my nice little, just the right size. I can still get a few more in. There is quite a space left at the top. And my other bag. It feels quite light and quite empty now. But there are still room for a lot of more rubbish that I might want to put in. You know, I keep things like this, like the stitch holders and scissors and the tape measure in here somewhere, tape measure, and a lot of other things. I'll probably find plenty of things to fill it up again. I'll probably end up having to make another pouch. So that's a little bit. I'm going to finish off my bit knitting. Move this bag out the way of the chair. I have the bag on the floor with the wool in for. So I'm going to finish off a little bit more of this today and hope to get this finished, but I'll put that down in a minute as well. But I was thinking about doing some these bags, you know, the ones I make for myself for holding up. It's got all bits of wool, you know, leftover wool and that in. I was thinking about making some small ones for children. Probably maybe it's about a third of the size of these ones, you know, for little kids that might want to help their mum carry some of their shopping home, or just carry their little bits and pieces around the house, some of their little bits and pieces of toys and things like that. To use up some of my other odd balls of wool. I thought that's what I might be trying with one or two of the odd balls I've got, and doing one or two little bags similar to these but smaller, children's sizes. But anyway, that's just my little bit for today. So now I'm going to get back to my knitting. Make myself a cup of tea first and carry on with this cardigan. And thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.